And I want to talk about the second component when you said the story's not over, and it's the refund component. I'm curious what the heck that is going to look like. Who's getting the refunds? Is it the importers? What if they pass that on to the consumer? Is it the consumer? How do you untangle all of this? Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh, he did call this a mess. Seems like it's going to be. What does it look like?
It's too early to tell exactly what it's going to look like. Supreme Court Kavanaugh was Justice Kavanaugh was absolutely right. This could be extremely chaotic, but I don't think that it's impossible to do. And so we're going to be seeing how that gets untangled in the coming days. Is the lower court going to weigh in on this now that the case has been remanded for dismissal? Or is this going to fall into the administration's hands to try to figure out? I think that there's a couple of issues that we should be looking for. You named one of them, which is, what do you do when this has been passed on already to the consumer? Is the importer of record going to be entitled to that refund? And also, how is CBP going to figure out exactly which tariffs are IEEPA tariffs versus other types of tariffs? I think that there's a lot of questions around this. Could be mired in litigation for a very long time. And so we may not actually know where this all ends up for some time.
I'm curious if I'm one of our trading partners right now, what exactly am I thinking? Because you're seeing President Trump saying there's other alternatives. Here they are. He listed them. The big headline out of that press conference is President Trump imposing that 10% temporary global tariff. But what are they thinking? And is this further fraying our relationship with our trading partners?
Well, if I was one of our trading partners, I would be on the phone immediately with the president and with Ambassador Greer and many other members of the cabinet. And I would be saying, we struck a deal. And I want to make sure that the deal that I struck when IEPA was in place is the same type of deal that I'm going to get on the backside of this once replacement tariffs are put into effect. So I think a lot of those conversations are going to be happening. Assurances are going to have to be made. And then time will tell whether or not we're able to hold up those favorable terms for those countries who have stepped out and have signed agreements with this administration in the last 9 months. I think that there's going to have to be some level of back and forth over the coming weeks as potential new terms are negotiated. And other countries may still want to walk away. But the US is a very large consumption market, and getting these deals nailed down is still going to be important. So I don't think we will see a mass exodus.
If I'm one of our trading partners, does this give me a leg up at the negotiating table? Am I looking at this Supreme Court decision and thinking, hey, this could get me a more favorable agreement? And then on the flip side, obviously, does this put the United States in a weaker position? Talk to us about that.
It certainly complicates matters. And depending on how the Section 122 is structured and how the administration moves forward with the Section 301 and Section 232 investigations, we could find ourselves with reduced leverage with our trading partners. But I think that this administration has probably been thinking about all of this for the last 9 months as it's been negotiating with partners. It's not been a secret that IEPA tariffs were on the chopping block and that this could have been the result. So I guarantee that the smart people that are working over at USTR and elsewhere in the administration already have some contingency plans.